Hey, welcome back to the channel. Well, today is Monday, and today we're going to get into another movie review. And as you can tell from behind me, what movie it is. And we're going to do Child's Play from 1988. And I got to say that Child's Play, this one here, the original, is one of my favorites. And it is, or was, I should say, back in the day when it came out, was very different. Very, some people thought it was scary. Me personally, I did not. I thought it was pretty cool. But there were a few people out there who thought it was scary and all that. So in case you don't know, Child's Play is about a guy by the name of Charles Lee Ray, and he he transfers his soul into a doll, a good guy doll, and he basically just goes and starts killing people. And so that's basically part of the movie, the gist of the movie. Anyway, so let's get into the review. If you're new, please subscribe, and if you're not new, welcome back. And so if you like this review, please leave it a comment below, and please give it a thumbs up. So Child's Play stars Brad Dourif as Chucky, and the movie is very, very good. It's one of my favorites, like I said, and starts off with a gunfight between him and the sheriff, or detective, I'm sorry. And so Charles Lee Ray. Oh, before I get into the review, I got to say that if you haven't seen this movie, please go watch it. Then come back and watch this review, because there's going to be spoilers all in this thing. So let's get into it. So they're in a gunfight, and Charles Lee Ray, played by Brad Dourif, is a fugitive. He's a murderer. He's known in the movie as the Lakeshore Strangler. And so he's running from the detective, and he runs into this toy store and sees the good guy doll, and he apparently, practices black magic and stuff like that. And he gets shot, okay, and he's dying, and he transfers his soul into a good guy doll before he dies. And so they think, the detective finds him, and he thinks he's dead, but he's actually inside the doll. So let's skip ahead a little bit to Andy, and I cannot remember his name, his actual name, but it's his birthday. It's his 6th birthday, and all he wants is a good guy doll. He loves good guy. He wears good guy pajamas. He has good guy sheets. He has good guy everything. I mean, he even eats good guy cereal, for goodness sake. And so that's all he wants. So he wakes his mother up, wanting to open presents, and he's disappointed because none of those are the good guy doll. So skip ahead a little bit, and his mother works at this department store, and her friend gets sees this, I guess he's a homeless guy, or in the movie he's known as a peddler, I've never heard of those, but whatever. Um, and he is selling the good guy doll for $50. So she gets the good guy for Andy and takes it home, gives it to him, and he is in heaven. He loves it. And he starts talking to it. She wants to know how he works. Basically, all you do is just talk to it, and it responds to you. Of course, it runs on batteries. And so some time goes on, and the mother's in the bathroom, washing her face and getting ready for bed, I guess. And she hears Andy talking to somebody. And she goes in there and she asks him who he's talking to, and he says Chucky. So apparently Chucky's talking to him like a regular person would be talking to you. And so she don't believe him, and that's the end of that for the time being. Skip ahead a little bit more, and some murders happen. A murder happens. And I'm trying to think, actually. So basically, Andy's trying to prove that Chucky's alive and talking to him and real. Nobody believes him. So they take him away and put him in a hospital because I guess they think he's crazy. And so the mother ends up taking the doll back home with her, and I think down deep she believes Andy, because when she gets back home, she's trying to get the doll to talk to her, and Chucky's not budging. And finally, she has enough, and she picks him up, takes him over to the fireplace, lights the match, throws it in there, lights the fire, and says that if he doesn't start talking to her, that she's going to throw him in the fire. And he comes alive and curses her out and hits her and everything, and she drops him. He rolls under the couch, and she grabs him from under the couch, and Chucky comes back alive again and bites her on the arm, and she throws him all across the bed, and he runs out of the apartment. And she tries to chase him, and he takes the elevator, she takes the stairs, and she's not fast enough because by the time she gets outside, he's already gone. So, very, very interesting. And so he goes to the one person who taught him black magic, and I can't remember, I don't even, his name in the movie is John. And so he wants to know why. Oh wait, I skipped something. I skipped a part. Let's back up just a teeny bit. So the detective, Chucky is actually after the detective and this other person who he worked for, who deserted him during the gunfight at the very beginning. So he finds the detective and attacks him in the car, and the detective shoots him, and Chucky gets hurt and runs away. And he meets up with this person named John, and he's trying to understand why the gunshot hurt him, because he thought that he wasn't supposed to be able to feel pain. And so it turns out that Chucky's turning human. The longer he stays in the doll, the more human he becomes. So he has to say the chant and get out of the body, transfer his soul into an actual human before the doll turns completely human and he can't get out at all. So that ticks off Chucky. Chucky does not like that because that he doesn't want to hear that. and so he ends up killing John. And so anyway, he goes and finds Andy at the hospital, and Chucky kills somebody else there as well. He kills the doctor, and him and Andy, he basically gets Andy, and they go back to the apartment where Andy lived, and that's basically the end of the movie. They're all in a big fight, and Chucky gets thrown into the fireplace and burned up, and then the mother shoots off his arms and his legs and shoots off his head, and he's still alive. He's still trying to get him, and it's very, very good. Very good movie. Definitely recommend it if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, I'm kind of surprised because everybody knows about these movies. And I'm going to be doing a full review on every Child's Play movie, every Chucky movie that I have, which I have every one of them. So be looking for those in the near future. But that's basically just a big rundown of the movie. And if you want to see the trailer for it, go down into my it's in my section under movie trailers or my movie trailers, something like that. I think it's just movie trailers. Go down there and you can watch this this theatrical trailer for yourself if you haven't seen the movie, and see it for yourself and see if you like it and if you want to go see it. Whew, I'm out of breath now. I need a drink. Anyway, that was Child's Play. And very good movie. Very good acting. What I liked about it was different. It was something new. Back in 1988, it was something new. I mean, yeah, I think you had like other doll movies. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking you did. I never saw any of them. But at that time, for me and the people I was around, it was new. It was new and very interesting. And I remember back in 1988, Child's Play being one of the most popular movies at that time. And the things I liked about it were, like I said, different. The acting was great. Now the kid who played Andy, now mind you, he's only like 6 years old or however old he is, and in the movie he's 6, but I think he may have been a little bit older than that for real. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking he was either a little bit younger or a little bit older, I'm not sure, but his acting isn't horrible, but it ain't great either. But it's okay because it's still, you can look past it. The acting from the mother is really good. The detective, I believe his actual name is Chris Sarandon. He does a good job. I think he does a good job in pretty much every movie he's done. And so it's just those are the positives I like about it. The negatives, it was a little slow at times, and I guess that's how it is when it comes to like originals, like the first movies of like these genres, these movies, because Friday the 13th, the first one, was kind of slow as well. Nightmare on Elm Street was kind of slow. You know, all these first movies were always kind of slow. And that's kind of how Child's Play is. It's kind of slow, but it builds up, and the ending is really great. So if I were to have a negative, it's the fact that it's just kind of slow at times. But and another negative, Chucky's not on screen very much, and some people may think that's a positive. Me personally, I think that Chucky keeps the movie going because of his humor, and he's just so funny at times, and I think that you need to see more of him. But all in all, it's still a good movie despite those flaws. Definitely recommend you go out and see it. And like I said, go check out the trailer. And I guess that's going to do it. So if you like this review, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment letting me know what you thought about the movie. And if you're new, please subscribe. And everybody take care, and I will talk to you in the next video.